Once, a Mahatma told that if a person knows the 8 benefits of feeding bread to a dog, he will never be sad. The Mahatma told what is the benefit of feeding a piece of bread to a dog. Once upon a time, a Mahatma was preaching in a forest, when a disciple named Noah asked, "Guru Dev, a question is arising in my mind." The Mahatma said, "Devotee, ask without hesitation, what is that question arising in your mind?" Then Noah said, "Guru Dev, I want to know what benefit does a person get by feeding a piece of bread to a dog? He gains 8 benefits?" Then the Mahatma said, "Devotee, a person gets 8 benefits by feeding a piece of bread to a dog. He gains 8 benefits, and whoever comes to know about these benefits, his life becomes blessed and he never has to face sorrows in life. Whoever feeds a piece of bread to a dog on earth, he gets 8 benefits and he can remain happy throughout his life. And he attains salvation after death." Mahatma said, "Often, humans take the name of dog on many occasions. Even while abusing someone, the name of the dog often comes to people's tongues. Human abuse is human, but the name of dog gets defamed. So, has the life of dog become so miserable?" Lord Buddha said, "Once upon a time, there was a black dog. He was very helpless and hungry and thirsty. He used to go to every house in the village, but no one used to give him even a piece of bread. He used to roam here and there due to hunger. One day, he reached the ashram of a sage on the bank of the river outside the village and said to the sage, 'O sage, I feel that you are very learned and knowledgeable. That is why I have come to you hungry and thirsty. Kindly give me a piece of bread, so that I can eat and calm my hunger.' Then the sage says, 'Hey dog, did no one in the village give you a piece of bread so that you can eat and satisfy your hunger?' The Mahatma said, 'Monk,' the dog says to the sage, 'Hey sage, what should I tell you? You will not believe my words.' Then the sage says, 'Hey dog, then tell me, I will definitely believe your words. You look very helpless to me.' Then the dog says, 'Okay sage, I will tell you my fear.' The Mahatma said, the dog says to the sage, 'O sage, people of the world, have mercy on us. We do not have any home, no shelter. We do not know how to earn and eat. We do not know how to wear clothes. That is why we keep roaming like this in winter, summer, and rain. We do not even know how to read and write.' The Mahatma said, the dog says, 'Sage, we do not know discipline like you. We do not know how to speak like you. Consider this as our misfortune, but we also feel hungry like you. We also feel pain when we get hurt like you. We also know how to cry like you. We are equal to you in these 3 things only, so show mercy on us, do not give us more trouble. God has sent us with pain anyway, and on top of that you people trouble us. We are not human beings like you, we are dependent creatures. When we were born, our eyes and ears were closed. We cannot say that at that time there was dance and singing on your birth. Music is played, people celebrate. All this must have happened on our birth too. Who would have celebrated on our birth? The bed on which we were lying was soft and made of cotton. We did not feel cold at all. I was thinking that I was born in a big house. But when I opened my eyes, I saw that our mother, whom you people call a bitch, was lying in a heap on the road holding her 5 children close to her chest. We were 5 brothers, the other 4 were red and brown in color. I was the only one who was black. I was the youngest, so I was weak. My mother rarely came to us because she also had to arrange for her food. If she did not eat, how would she feed us milk? We 5 brothers were dependent on that one mother. That poor lady used to run here and there for her food. Sometimes she would get food, sometimes not. But she always took great care of the 5 of us. After all, she was our mother. She would stay awake all night and guard the village. No one dared to let any stranger even look towards the village with bad intentions. Even the dogs of other villages would not come to the village due to fear of our mother. If any animal came to eat the standing crop in the field of any farmer of the village, our mother would run and chase it away. Even after doing so much for the villagers, no person would even give our mother food. Our mother was forced to snatch food. Many times people would beat her with sticks and chase her away. The poor thing would remain hungry and thirsty that day and would keep burning with hunger. The Mahatma said that the dog would say, "O sage, after all we feel hungry just like you." On top of that, she would also worry about her 5 children. After all, she was a mother. Hunger would not let her sit in peace, and the hearts of the villagers would also not melt on seeing her. So helplessly, she would have to stealthily roam around in their houses, and if she found something to eat, she would eat it to quench the hunger in her stomach. Many times, when people would see her taking food, they would chase her with sticks. Some cruel people would sometimes lock her inside the house and beat her. They would make our mother's condition worse. Then the dog says to the sage, "Oh sage, what wrong did our mother do? She only stole food for her stomach. We have no interest in stealing, but our sinful stomach forces us to do all this." One day, there was heavy rainfall, hailstorm, and cold wind was blowing. Our 3 brothers died shivering in the cold. Our mother cried a lot that day. But humans did not understand our pain because only her children had died. Then the dog says, "Oh sage, now we were only 2 brothers left. Our mother started taking good care of both of us." Then one day, in the same village, there was a feast going on at Mr. Gray's house and many types of sweets were being made. Many guests had come to Mr. Gray's house. Our mother would go there again and again in search of something to eat, but people would shoo her away. No one had even pity on her to throw a roti for that poor woman to eat. What harm would one roti do to her? My mother would go there again and again and would keep standing there and watching. The feast began in Mr. Gray's courtyard and food was served. My mother also went there and started wagging her tail. When the man serving food went inside for some work, my mother quietly went to get roti. Then another man saw my mother going, and people from all sides ran towards her shouting. My mother got scared on hearing their screams. 2-3 men ran after her with sticks. My mother started running from there in fear, but she could not find any way to get out of there because people were coming from the front with sticks. Then my mother jumped over the people who were eating there and went out. The Mahatma said further, the dog says, "Oh sage, my mother was not so surprised on her leaving as she was on seeing those people who were eating there. They all got up and stood. They stopped eating and started saying that the food has become impure because of the bitches passing. Everyone was discussing with each other that what should be done now. All the food has become spoiled." Then Mr. Gray started crying bitterly. Some people were also saying that how did the food get spoiled because of the bitches licking? She did not put her mouth in the food or the plates, she just licked from above. And they said that in cities people keep dogs and make them sleep inside the house and also feed them, so there is nothing wrong in this. If the bitch has gone to the toilet, then the food is not spoiled, but some of them belong to big houses. They did not let even a single one of them go, saying that the food has become spoiled. It is not fit for us to eat. Finally their words were accepted and now all that food was distributed among the poor. That day my mother had eaten to her heart's content. She had never experienced such happiness in her life, but that happiness became a big problem for her. She had just finished eating and was lying down comfortably, when that thakur reached there with a stick and started beating her badly. She did not even get a chance to run away. She started screaming badly due to the blows of the sticks. Even a stone melts on hearing the wailing of a mother, but that cruel man did not have any mercy on her. He kept beating her mercilessly. Mother's screams were heard in the whole village. Then some people came and explained to him, "Mr. Gray, let it go. Hunger corrupts even a man's mind. He is just an animal. What knowledge of good and bad does he have? Now what will you get by killing him? Whatever was to happen has happened." After people explained to him, he stopped beating us. Mother came and told the whole story to both of us brothers. We thought how painful the life of us dogs is. A man beats a thief as much as he does for a piece of bread. Such people are useless who do not understand our pain. The Mahatma said that the dog says, "Oh sage, it was a matter of one day. A Brahmin came and stayed outside the same village. He made a place for his food and kept it on it to cook dal. After that he kneaded the flour and kept it. He went to the well nearby to get water. Meanwhile my mother also reached there while wandering. When she saw the flour, she started thinking that perhaps this flour has no owner. Thinking this, she started eating that flour. On the other hand, that Brahmin saw from near the well that a bitch is eating his flour, so he became very sad. That poor fellow started crying because he was also hungry and tired for 2 days. Some people said to him, "Oh Brahmin God, this bitch has spoiled your flour too. Yesterday she spoiled the whole kitchen of Mr. Gray." The Brahmin said sadly, "Brother, how would I know that this evil bitch is waiting to eat my flour?" The Brahmin without thinking twice attacked that bitch with a stick. Mother could not even eat that flour properly, but she was beaten up more than that. My mother kept walking around staggering for months. That day I understood how selfish man is. Even if we do any work for him, he does not understand us. The Mahatma said that the dog says, "Oh sage, it was a matter of one day. A Brahmin came and stayed outside the same village. He made a place for his food and kept it on it to cook dal. After that he kneaded the flour and kept it. He went to the well nearby to get water. Meanwhile, my mother also reached there while wandering. When she saw the flower, she started thinking that perhaps this flower has no owner. Thinking this, she started eating that flower. On the other hand, that Brahmin saw from near the well that a bitch is eating his flower, so he became very sad. That poor fellow started crying because he was also hungry and tired for 2 days. Some people said to him, "Oh Brahmin God, this bitch has spoiled your flower too. Yesterday she spoiled the whole kitchen of Mr. Gray." The Brahmin said sadly, "Brother, how would I know that this evil bitch is waiting to eat my flower?" The Brahmin, without thinking twice, attacked that bitch with a stick. Mother could not even eat that flower properly, but she was beaten up more than that. My mother kept walking around staggering for months. That day I understood how selfish man is. Even if we do any work for him, he does not understand us. Further, that dog says, "Oh sage, our shortcoming is that we want to be under the same selfish people who trouble us. We don't know how much we are useful to the one who feeds us with love. We not only guard their house, but there are many other benefits which man does not know." The Mahatma said, "If man knows the benefits of feeding roti to a dog, then he can avoid the losses in his life." Today I will tell you 8 benefits of feeding roti to a dog. Man does not know that whenever roti is made in the house, the first roti is for mother cow and the last roti is for the dog. Mahatma said that such a rule was made by God, but forgetting that rule made by God, man eats the next and the last roti himself. Its ill effects fall on his life. Dog is that creature, by feeding roti to which, the defects of the planets in man's life also get removed. Mahatma said, the first benefit of feeding roti to a dog is that the negative effect of Saturn is reduced. When Saturn casts its evil eye, every person gets ruined. When Saturn's Mahadasha starts on a person, the work done starts getting spoiled automatically, and that person becomes a victim of financial crisis. In that situation, if the person feeds bread to a dog, then the ill effects of Saturn on him are greatly reduced. The second benefit of feeding bread to a dog is that luck turns in your favor. Negative energy inside your house gets destroyed. The third benefit of feeding bread to a dog is that Goddess Lakshmi becomes happy and there is never a shortage of wealth in your house. The fourth benefit of feeding bread to a dog is that you do not get into debt and you also get freedom from the debt you already have. The fifth benefit of feeding bread to a dog is that by feeding the dog in the morning and evening, your business runs very well. Sixth benefit of feeding bread to a dog: feeding bread to a dog increases your age and the stuck money is recovered. Seventh benefit of feeding bread to a dog: feeding bread to a dog always keeps your health good and you remain mentally strong. Your mind always remains energetic. Good thoughts come inside your mind. Eighth benefit of feeding bread to a dog: feeding bread to a dog keeps God happy because God is concerned about all living beings, and the person who shows mercy to all living beings, God is also always happy with that person. God's grace always remains on that family. You must have heard from your elders. They say that when a dog cries, then it is inauspicious. Some trouble comes, someone dies, so the dog should never be made to cry. In this way, the Mahatma told everyone the 8 benefits of feeding bread to a dog, and any person who feeds the Mahatma said that if a person knows the 8 benefits, bread to a dog gets the fruits of these 8 benefits. Friends, if you liked the story, then like the video and subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Thank you. Namo Buddha.